Next, we are going to talk about the classes and objects. Now, this is the main concept in the C++ that is going to be used. If you remember, I have already told you earlier about the classes. That is, a class is a user-defined data type which has data members and member functions. See, I have already given you the theoretical concept and how do we write the class in the C++. That is, it is a user defined data type, right? Which has two things, that is data members and member functions. Now data members are what? These are the data variables, and member functions are what? These are used to manipulate these variables, and together data members and member functions are defined as the properties and the behavior of the objects in a class. That means data members are defined as the properties and member functions are defined as the behavior of the objects in a class. Now, if we just take a simple example, let's say I have also taken an example in the earlier session also. We have a class that is called as car. The data member will be speed limit, right? What will be the data members? The data members will be, that means what will be the properties? Data members are the properties. What will be the properties of car? It will be the speed limit, mileage, can be the color, can be the model, can be the registration number, etc, etc, right? And what will be the member functions? Member functions will be the behavior. These are the behaviors of the class, which can be apply brakes, increase speed, and start engine, etc, etc. So that is whatever the functions or tasks which are being performed by the car. Now this is the class. But what are objects? Object is just an instance of a class. So that means if we talk about a specific brand, if we talk about Creta, if we talk about Maruti 800, so these are what? These are the instance. It can be taken as the instance of class. So when a class is defined, no memory is allocated, but it is instantiated. That is, object is created, memory is allocated. So whenever we have a class which is being defined, so no memory is allocated, but as soon as we initiate or we create an object, the memory gets allocated, right? So object is nothing but it is just an instance of class, right? So let's see how the classes objects are going to be defined and declared. In this, when we say defining of class, a class is defined in C++ using keyword class. That means whenever we are going to define the class, we are going to use the keyword, that is class, followed by the name of the class, that is class, and whatever the name of the class is given. Let's say class car. So car is what? Car is the name of the class and class is the keyword. The body of class is defined inside the curly braces and terminated by a semicolon at the end. So you have to remember that body of the class is written in the between the semicolons, and it is separated and it is ending with the semicolon. Curly braces ending with the semicolon. Then we have declaring objects. When a class is defined, only the specification for the object is defined. No memory or storage is allocated. That means I already told you, when we define the class, no memory is allocated, but as soon as we declare the object, the memory is allocated. Okay, so this is how we write. This is the class, that is the keyword. This is the class name, that is user defined name. Then we have the access specifier. Now what is this access specifier? I have told you in the earlier class also, that is we define it with the private, public and protected. That means what access we are going to provide to this particular, right? Then we have data members, that is variables we are going to use, that is the properties actually. Then we have the member functions that can be defined as methods or the functions it is going to define, right? That is the behavior we have termed in. Now, when we say accessing of data members, See, accessing of data members, we call it as access modifiers in C++. How do we define it? With three ways: public, private, and protected, right? So the data members are also accessed in the same way given. However, the private data members are not allowed to be accessed directly by the object. Accessing a data member depends solely on the access control of the data member. So whatever the access control is given to the data member, that is being defined as how the data members are going to be used, that is private, public, or protected. Now, in accessing data members and member functions, the data members and member functions of class can be accessed using dot. This we have to use the dot operator with the object. Example, if we have the name of the object is obj, right? Let's say this is the name of the object, that is obj, and you want to access the member function with the name print name, then you will have to write the obj print name and parenthesis, right? That means if you have a function, member function with the name print function, and I'm going to write this, and the object is obj, so obj dot print name. Let's see how it is done here. The demo program says to demonstrate the accessing of data members. How do we do it? Let's say using this namespace, let's say we have defined the class here. This is the keyword and this is the name of the class as the geeks. Now we are going to define the access modifier, that is the public. So it can be directly accessed from the class. The data members I have defined here as string geek name. I can also define the integer as ID and other things. Then I have member functions as, let's say we have given void print name, right? And in this we have cout geek name is geek name semicolon and curly braces are closed, and I'm going to close the, this is the opening and this is the closing of the class and given as the semicolon. Yes, you have to remember as the syntax. Now we have the main program, integer main. I'm going to declare the object of the class geeks. So I'm declaring what? Geeks obj1. This is, let's say, this is declaration of the object of which class? Of geek. So geek obj1 is the first object. Now, this is what I'm going to access the data member. As this is public, so obj1.geek name is equal to, I have, let's say I have given Abhi. Okay, then I'm going to call this, that is print name. So obj1 dot print name, I have already told you that how we are going to use, if it is obj and we have print name as the member function, so I'm going to use it as obj dot print name, right? So obj dot print name and parenthesis, I'm going to return 0 and curly braces. So the output will be what? Output will be Abhi. Why Abhi? Because I have given it here as Abhi. So here I have declared the class with access specifier, that is public, data member as geek name as string data type. I can define more, I can give integer also, I can give float, double also, and many more. Then this is the member function, void print name, cout, and then I have the main program, and I have defined the object. I'm declaring the object out here, that is geeks obj1, and I'm going to access the data member of geek name, that is obj1 dot geek name. Let's say I have another object obj2, so I'm going to write obj2 dot geek name is equal to Neha, right? So that is going to be again obj dot print name braces, then I'm going to get next name, that is what? Neha. So this is what, this is the defining of classes and objects. So I hope you must have understood this, right? I have something in chat box. Number of parameters were same, how it be? Shubham, I didn't get your problem. Please tell me what you are saying. By the way, I've